So hopefully you made it through the red light, green light okay, or green light, red light. You got your equation using the values. Sometimes you'll be given computer outputs, and in those computer outputs, you're going to have some different values. It says here 16 volunteers with an initial BAC of 0 drank a randomly selected number of cans of beer. 30 minutes later, a police officer measured their BAC. Least squares regression was performed on the data, and the computer output is shown below. This was from an actual experiment. I'm not just making this up. Okay, so we have the constant here. So this constant. So whenever you see the word constant, that corresponds to the y-intercept. And then whatever you have that's like an actual word, so in this case beers, that corresponds to the slope. You're not going to worry about any of this right now. We'll talk about all of that later. And there's a couple of other things of note here. We have the standard deviation of the residuals. And then we have this r squared value, which is known as the coefficient of determination that we're going to talk about today. So if I'm going to use the computer output to write the equation for the LSRL, I'm going to predict that a person's BAC is equal to negative 0.0127 plus 0.018 times beers. Okay, so the intercept in this case is negative 0.0127. So if we're going to interpret that, that would mean that with no beers, the BAC is negative. Well, that is absurd, and we don't need to worry about that. So those intercepts won't always have a contextual meaning. It's really just, hey, if we drew this line and extended it all the way to the y-axis, where would it cross? Okay, and then for the slope, with each beer, we get an increase in the BAC of 0.018, was it? Okay. So the strength of the relationship, remember that is thinking back to our correlation coefficient, R. And I'm going to go back up to my reading here. And I only have R squared. So I know that R squared equals 0.8. So if I take the square root of both sides, I get plus or minus 0.89. And then I decide that because the slope is positive, I know that I'm going to choose the positive solution here. So R equals 0.89. So the relationship is strong and positive. Okay, what's the BAC reading for someone who consumed 9 beers? So this is the predicted BAC. So BAC hat equals negative 0.0127 plus 0.018 times 9, blah, blah, blah. So if I work that out, I get 0.1493. That person should definitely not be driving. So that is our predicted blood alcohol. And then question E says, how far off do we expect that to be? Well, you could find a residual. The only problem is that we don't have the data. So we don't know what the actual residual is. However, we do know, going back up here, this standard deviation of the residuals is 0.02. So that actually gives us what's called our prediction error. So we expect the prediction to be off by 0.02 because the standard deviation of the residuals gives the prediction, average prediction error. Okay, so R squared, which is what's called the coefficient of determination, and the computer output is 80% or 0.8. This value describes how much of the change in blood alcohol is attributed to the number of beers. So not all of your change in blood alcohol is attributed to the number of beers. There's obviously other lurking variables. For instance, sex, males and females. Ethnicity. There is a difference in how alcohol is metabolized by different ethnicities. Maybe your tolerance. Maybe weight. So we know there's all these other lurking variables. But what this is saying is that, hey, there's a big number here. So that's a lot of the BAC change is based on number of beers alone. So it says, note, R squared does not tell us the percent of points on the LSRL or any sort of probability. So this goes back to some of our no-nos with confidence intervals. We're not talking about probabilities. We're not talking about percentages. This is really just talking about what could be attributed to the variable that we're measuring versus what could be attributed to possible other variables. So there's a magic phrase that the AP test uses. It says fill in the blanks with the appropriate variable names. So the coefficient of determination tells us the percent variation in BAC that is explained by the LSRL of BAC and number of beers. All right, folks, so that is your coefficient of determination, as well as calculating the equation of the LSRL without data points if you're just given some of those key factors like the correlation and the standard deviations. All right, so move on to the check yourself. Enjoy.